Why is every pretty girl with a horrible looking man? I don't understand. Listen, I'm not shaming people for their looks, but I am though.
I see somebody with Vans, I'm like, oh, they got a small dick.
What was I made for? What was I made for? Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish is back in the news again, all right? And God, we just can't go a day without a little bit of drama, all right, ladies and gentlemen. Billie Eilish, biggest piece of shit. Okay, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. So the reason why Billie Eilish is in the news, at least right now, is because of a Variety article. This was an article posted by Variety titled, "Billie Eilish was made for this. Being a woman is just such a war forever." Now, I will say, I did read the article. There are some things in the article that I do agree with. I think that there are some good points and some good conversations to be had from the article in general, right? All right. Billie Eilish talks about how, she became famous at a very young age and was kind of forced to navigate her youth with basically millions of eyes on her, right? Stressful, no doubt. On top of that, she is a woman, right? So,
you suck.
like I said, article makes good points about how predatory the media and people can be. It also includes some takes that I don't necessarily agree with, which we will get into shortly. But first, call to action, baby. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. It takes 2 seconds, okay? It takes 2 seconds, all right? And your pecker will grow a full 2 inches by fall. I promise you, I've never lied anytime in any one of my videos. I'm not a liar, right? I'm speaking facts. Do you want to grow? Do you want to show? Just want to be happy. Being a woman is just such a war forever, Billie Eilish says, especially being a young woman in the public eye. It's really unfair. When I arrive at her LA studio, Eilish is strumming her acoustic guitar, radiating an effortless cool. She's so down to earth. It's easy to forget that she's won 7 Grammys and an Oscar before she was even old enough to toast her success with a glass of champagne. God, who wrote this? Yeah, she's a person. Ripley's Believe It or Not. So cool. She bristles as she recalls the weird and upsetting scrutiny she faced in her formative years. Who was she dating? What was her sexuality? Why did she dress like that? More sinister critics even questioned if she was secretly a devil worshiper. My life is feeling good, she says. I feel like I'm becoming a person I really love and doing things I feel really proud of. In many ways, in my life, I feel like I'm just now waking up. I wasn't trying to have people not sexualize me, she explains, but I didn't want people to have access to my body even visually. I wasn't strong enough and secure enough to show it. If I had shown it at that time, I would have been completely devastated if people had said anything. As she wrestled with these feelings growing up, Eilish also had to contend with the media's mounting curiosity about her developing body. The rare moments when she wore tighter clothing were irresistible fodder for the tabloids. I have big boobs. I've had big boobs since I was 9 years old, and that's just the way I am. That's how I look, she says, becoming exasperated as she recalls the media frenzy when she first dared to wear a tank top in public at age 16. You wear something that's at all revealing and everyone's like, oh, but you didn't want people to sexualize you. You can suck my ass. I'm literally a being that is sexual sometimes. Fuck you. I think a good discussion can be had about how the media likes to sexualize people even from a young age. I think there's also even an incident with kind of similar topic, but it was regarding Emma Watson. I think right after she turned 18, really excited. And then the media put out like a bounty of who could get a fucking upskirt pic of her or something like that. Pretty horrible shit. Now we reach the point in the article where we reach the headline that took Twitter by storm. Kind of. Nobody ever says a thing about men's bodies, she says. If you're muscular, cool. If you're not, cool. If you're real thin, cool. If you have a dad bod, cool. If you're pudgy, love it. Everybody's happy with it. You know why? Because girls are nice. All right? They don't give a fuck because we see people for who they are. Disagree. 110% disagree. You know what? And get ready for it. You also had Boogie tweet and clap back at my girl. All right, let's go, Boogie. You guys know Boogie, right?
Lots of things in life are about your mindset, and you're using weight and disability. I can't. If that is the attitude that you're going to have when you approach everything, then you can't. And you won't.
I did work in the porn industry for the better part of 7 years, so I mean,
Be real with me. Do you really think it would be a good idea to go to a real interview and reference porn?
it depended on the job, I would think.
All right, now let's see what this fat fuck had to say about my baby girl Bill's eyelash. Women have literally called me fat and laughed in my face because I dared to say hello to them. That seems, not gonna lie, that's kind of cringe. I disagree with this take for a couple of different reasons. Well, mainly two, I suppose. Firstly, I'll go ahead and say this. Men do face a lot of criticism. I don't think that women are, how should I say this? I wouldn't say all women do not criticize men because that's just not true.
Women, you have got to stop dating ugly men.
What if I ask for something and he rejects me? I'm going to be humiliated. No, you're not. You're just going to be, you don't get humiliated when he rejects you. That's not your job. Your job is to ask for what you want, and if he doesn't get it, to get it from someone else. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Say, okay, that's okay. I don't know if you were having financial issues or not. I can get it somewhere else. Like, oh, okay, no big deal. You know, it's fine. You're having financial issues.
Is it okay to ask a guy how tall he is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it okay to ask a woman how much she weighs?
No.
Why is one okay and the other isn't?
First, heightness and weight are completely different things.
But aren't they both part of your physical appearance?
Yeah.
Would you date somebody? Will both of y'all date somebody that's the same height as y'all?
No.
Hell no.
No? Why not?
And then the other day we was at the club and we saw this 5'6", and I was like, "This nigga's so short."
Damn.
Like, that nigga's tiny as fuck. You be thinking they lying. Like, men, y'all just look so much more midgety.
I know personally I've had like a lot of experiences getting shit on for my weight and my height from both men and women, to be frank. It's something that I've always kind of struggled with and something I'm working on, okay? I'm working on it, boys. The weight thing. Can't really change my height. I mean, unless I got like the metal rod stuck in your, when they stick a metal rod in your calf and you're like, boom, 2 inches. That being said, women also face their own challenges as well. I don't think shaming people for the way that they look and how they dress is a gender specific thing. It's not. I think everyone, men, women, everything in between, we all have the capacity to be an asshole. I did also see some people defending her, saying that her statement was taken out of context and that she was talking about the media and not men as a whole. That's wrong. I think that's not entirely true. I think that you can make a case, right, that part of the statement is referring to the media's relationship with women, but even then, it's still not true. I mean, here are some examples. Keanu Reeves being shit on recently for being out of shape after John Wick. Vin Diesel was shit on for looking fat. And then you have countless influencers on social media pushing a body physique in programs to obtain the ideal men's body type that is just nearly impossible for most dudes naturally. I mean, I still even haven't covered like dick size or financial status either. Now, I do think that you can still make a case that women have and continue to take the brunt of this hate. I will give you that, but it still isn't something that is gender specific, right? Regardless, it is absolutely horrible behavior, and it's sad that it happens, and it's something that we should all just come together to condemn, right? Also, I'm just going to be honest here. Billie Eilish is kind of an asshole. I mean, she's shamed and mocked men in the past, which just proves her statements wrong and just completely hypocritical. Also, when she makes these statements, I feel like she's talking about someone specific in her life.
You give an ugly guy a chance, he thinks he rules the world. I swear to God. Because they got a hot girl, they can be horrible. Like, you're still ugly, though.
William, who are you speaking to? Who are you talking about? What is this really about? Who hurt you? Like, dog, your experiences with like one or a few individuals, all right, that does not describe entire groups of people. The main takeaway, I think, is this, or at least one of the main takeaways is this. You can 110% empower women without having to shit on and degrade men. And you know what? As ironic as it is, I think Billie to young women is kind of similar to what like Andrew Tate is to young men. I don't think she's anywhere near as dangerous as Andrew Tate. He spouts a lot more dangerous shit than her. And I'm just gonna get this out of the way, by the way. I don't like Andrew Tate. I think he's a piece of shit, and I think that his diehard tater tots that follow him and also spout the same hateful shit, I think they're also fucking stupid too. Female empowerment, all right, it not only served a great importance in the battle for equality. I think we can all agree on that. However, we've reached a point in our society where it is okay and it's even praised to empower women while also degrading men at the same time. Now, what does this do to young men on the internet who see just a shit ton of people shitting on them for just having a wiener? Well, they gravitate towards people like Andrew Tate. All right. Andrew Tate, who makes them feel a little bit better, all right, and provides assurances that they're not all destined to be, worthless pieces of shit, right? It's strong to be a man. It's not weak. Don't listen to them kind of shit. And because they're stupid and impressionable, next thing you know, they're just now slowly being radicalized and the gender war continues. And that's what I mean. It's similar to Billy, who in the past just shits on dudes as a whole with an audience of impressionable teenagers who may also then begin to believe that, oh, all dudes are pieces of shit, right? All this being said, I guess just to kind of wrap up here, I do agree, right? The media and some people, chronically online people, are just fucking assholes. Right? They're assholes and they do horrible things. They sexualize, they pointlessly ridicule not only any and everybody remotely famous and just even strangers too. I mean, let's just be honest here. And also directing this hate towards like children, essentially. I think that if you want to invoke and inspire change, especially someone with a platform such as hers and a reach such as hers, I would just be sure that you're directing your anger and criticism towards somewhere where it is actually needed, right? Genuinely horrible human beings. Because when you say shit like men face zero criticism and women are the only humans capable of seeing people for who they truly are, implying that men don't. I mean, all you do is you're furthering the divide amongst people on top of making a completely delusional and outlandish statement, which, by the way, young women, young men, they will eat that up because they are fucking stupid. Kidding, but they are impressionable. And you know what? Billie Eilish is also young too. So you know what? I will grant them that. I had some pretty brain dead takes a few years ago, so I mean, I guess you just gotta be a bit more careful, right, when you're in a position like hers, right? Also, if you've grown and if you've lived long enough on this planet, I think if you have a healthy friend group and healthy relationships in your life, I think you will also realize, oh, okay, the world isn't all that fucked up. Right? There are still good people who don't just shit on others for the way that they look or how they choose to live their life. And I've got news for you, okay? If the only friends or if the only partners that you've had in the past or currently have are just awful human beings, I think it might be time for you to find new friends and look inward and outward for another partner, right? Because I promise you, there are some evil scumbags in this world, absolutely abhorrent fucking human beings, but that's not everyone. Man, I've been listening to Billie Eilish since I was like in high school. It's on God such a shame that she would hate me, like IRL. I don't think it's that big of a deal at the end of the day that people are making it out to be. It's, who cares? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? Fuck you.